Hello everyone, with you Ibrahim and with another new grammar lesson. Today we are going to look at the difference between who and that as relative pronouns. So we know that who is a relative pronoun, that is a relative pronoun. Sometimes we need to choose between the two and sometimes we get confused. Today we are going to try to look at the differences between who and that, when to use what and why. Okay? So, who, as we know, is used only for a person. That we can use it for a person or thing or inanimate, which means that can replace who and can replace which. There is another video for the difference between that and which. You can check it in our playlist. Okay? But for now, we will just concentrate on the difference between that and who. So as I say, who is only for a person. That is for a person and thing or inanimate. Good. Now, for that, one very important thing is that that is only used in restrictive clauses or what we call defining clauses. Which means if we are going to choose between that and who, and we have a non-restrictive clause, or we have what we call it non-defining clause, simply we choose who, because that is not used. Okay? Good. Now, for who, as we say, it's used in both restrictive and non-restrictive. We also call non-restrictive or non-defining. Okay? Good. Now, we prefer who when we are speaking about a person and especially we want to be more polite about the person. We can use who. Okay? But there are certain circumstances in which we can use that. Like, that is preferred when we have a human referring to a class. When you are speaking about a human that is referring to a class of human beings, of people, you can use that. It's preferable to use that. That's number one. When we have an indefinite pronoun, okay? Indefinite pronouns like someone, like all, like, for example, somebody, etc. So these are indefinite pronouns, okay? The other thing is, I didn't write it here, but we have it here. When you have both person and a thing as the subject or the object of a sentence, and you want to introduce, let's say, a relative pronoun on the relative clause, you have to use that, because that combines the two, and who only for animal, for people. Okay? Good. Now let's look at examples. So it was James who used your phone. We can use that. It was James that used your phone, but because we speak about James, about a person, clear person, etc., simply we can use who, so as to avoid troubles. Shakespeare, who is a British playwright, wrote plays and sonnets. Sonnets, poems. It's a type of poems with 12 verse. We don't need that now. Look here. Here we have what we call defining. It's a defining clause. Here we have a non-defining clause, or we could call it restrictive clause, non-restrictive clause. And look here. We have comma, and we have a comma. Which means in this place we cannot say that is a British playwright. We cannot say that because we have non-restrictive. But for who we have, it's restrictive. Okay? Now for the other one, she doesn't like a baby that cries late at night. A baby is person, it's a human, referring to a class. A baby that does something. A person that speaks many languages. It's a class of people. Okay? Not just one person, not everybody, but a class. When we have a class, like here, we can use that. It's better to use that. He is someone that you can rely on. Someone. We have an indefinite pronoun, okay? We have an indefinite pronoun. So, again, these are some of the differences between who and which and that. If you want to have more information, there are many books concerning that, but I have tried to choose from many different ones, especially modern usage for Fowler. We have also the Comprehensive English Grammar and many others. But we can just stick with these two important books. Okay, good. Again, for exam purposes, when we have an exam, if we are given who and which and that, I think you will have problems. But most of the time you are going to be given who and that. So just remember, if it is non-restrictive, don't use that. Non-restrictive, don't use that. Restrictive, you can use who or that. If it is a person, one person that you know, that you are speaking about, that you want to respect, you can use who. If it is a person but referring to a class, you can use that. So these are very small things we can rely on when we are dealing with who or that. If you still have got some questions, don't forget to put them at the comment section. And again, thank you for watching. Try to put us a like if you like our video and subscribe if you haven't yet.